Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it, touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it, leave it, start, format it.
What are you doing in here? Nobody's supposed to be in here. Top secret.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it. Technologic.
I've been here about 2.5 years, and just in that short time I've watched an enormous evolution in both the structure of how we do programming and technologically how we approach that.
Next up on Real Sports, the fight.
A show like Real Sports comes into the studio. It starts off with the client services department. The producers let us know the edit rooms they need, the audio rooms they need, the graphics they need, and of course they're going to shoot in our stage with our stage and studio crew.
Coming up later on Real Sports.
While they're shooting the show downstairs, the editors are actually editing together the pieces, and the graphic artists are actually creating the graphics. At the same time, the audio department is mixing the segments to be inserted into the show. Then one day they come in here, they shoot everything, they assemble everything, and it goes on the air live that night.
HBO Sports has had a big evolution in the last few years. We've been going off of tape into a completely digital scenario. That includes a lot of things like streaming our fights and our cameras directly to drives, ingesting them to Avid, which makes every single turnaround edit for us faster and a lot less problematic.
We can get involved in any stage of the post-production workflow. Right from camera originals, creative editorial, and mixing, sound effects, sound editing. Pretty much everything goes through my team, regardless of where it was produced.
Girl in the River won an Academy Award last year for Best Documentary Short Subject. Both the graphics work was done by Bobby Chang and the mix was done by Chris Bertolotti. And then that show was also edited here. So we had James Copland's group in Midtown Support helping with all of the ingest and media management and helping out our own team with getting that done.
I oversee the production services and support group, which supports around 300 clients here at Midtown. Sports, documentaries, creative services, home entertainment, media relations, and a few others. We have 120 Avid media composers, Adobe, Final Cut Pro, file-based systems, transcoding systems like Content Agent, Colorfront. We have developed workflows to make projects remain file-based from start to finish to help clients be as efficient as possible.
Our software and technology helps us adapt and more quickly implement changes that are happening in the industry, because instead of waiting for a vendor to implement things like high dynamic range or 4K, we can do that immediately in our software.
What's so great about the work that we do east to west is that, from production through post, through intake into PTSO and QC, we're a very integrated team.
This is one of the coolest projects I've worked on. This was a collaboration with us at HBO and our partners Adobe to retrofit this room as a certified Dolby Atmos listening environment.
We're in the Next Gen lab here in the studio, and one of the things that we do here is we're looking at some of the next generation of high dynamic range monitors. And Alton is showing our color grading system that we use, which is Resolve. And here we've got it set up in a prototype setup, but we're going to be moving this into an actual suite that we are building. We're using this for color grading shots within shows, but moving forward, we're also going to be doing some next-gen technology. It has the capability to support high dynamic range for doing HDR grading in the future.
Digital production services actually exists across multiple locations. And what we call the studio today will be DPMS, situated across a couple of floors in Hudson Yards. I'm really excited because within DPS, we have an incredibly talented group of people.
But you gotta put in work.
We are able to address a myriad of different issues and needs, whether they be creative or technical. It's just how. How do we solve that problem? What tools do we need to make that happen?